Good afternoon. My name is Anthony Webster. Today I'll be briefing you guys on ADJ Solutions. Typically, our company likes to employ ourselves within the Microsoft Office domain, mainly where we're liking to increase your guys' automation in your business will be Microsoft Excel. We're going to be attempting to expand your business one macro at a time. Our team typically works within the Microsoft Office database as well as typically based products, mainly because we like to outreach to each company individually based off the set of problems that we have. Next slide. For the team members that will be briefing you today, we'll have myself, Chief of Public Affairs, as well as Dave, who's going to be our Chief of Technology, and John, which is our Business Development Analyst as well as Programmer. For our company and the typical way that we like to work with you is we like to set the end state, what we're trying to do. So we are trying to reach your company and we're trying to expand your automated database within Microsoft Excel. This database that we typically got is typically more manpower heavy, may involve too many individuals, or just a complex product that without IT support, it will likely degrade over time, or it's just not properly debugged or properly set up. So what our team is trying to do is set up a process for you as well as implementing this process to further expand your business's automation, with the end result being a more effective blind company in the world. I'll pass this off to John, who's going to be briefing through our different processes and how we developed your solution specifically and individually tailored it to your business. John, if you want to take over.
All right, thanks, Anthony. As you say, I'm John Carrera. I am the head of the business development section. And ADJ Solutions' primary goal is automation. So we're looking at making inefficient products efficient to give you the best bang for your buck. How do we do that? We utilize a continuous process improvement plan. So for us, it's a 4-step process. What we do is we identify, we plan, we execute, and we review. So we'll look for any kind of discrepancies when we're hands-on with your company. We're going to talk to your consumers, we're going to talk to your employers and see where do they see gaps or issues or things that affected their ability to do their job. Once we gather all that kind of data that we need, we're going to go and take that to our IT team and our programmers and our technology section to create a plan and a product that meets your requirement, tears down those long timelines, which then again will create a ability to gain more consumers, do more projects, and do it at less of a cost. So we're maximizing as best as we can the money that you put into your company. Once we go and get our plan from our technology team, we're going to go and give it to our hands-on team and our IT guys that will execute it in place with your company. So they'll go down there, they'll work with your employees who are out there doing your consumer interviews, and they're going to go and ensure that the product, the Excel workbook that we created, implements correctly into the technology that you utilize and that it's processing the correct order information. After we go and execute, we're going to go and take a week snapshot of what you've done and how we process your orders, all the way from your meet teams who meet with the consumer and interview them and their requirements, to processing it through your acquisitions team for the product, who then process it through your budget team to make sure it's paid out and that you're getting paid effectively. Once we review it, then we'll take a look at kind of, again, some of the inefficiencies that might have still be in your process, and we'll look to clean them up. So after taking a snapshot and just interviewing your employees, your consumers, and talking with you, we found out that your issue is that you use an antiquated Excel product. This leads to multiple inefficiencies in your company. Typically, these inefficiencies revolve around you estimating too much material or cost for a certain project, which then builds your inventory, which now you have to house your inventory. and then you're looking for chances to get that out. And especially with blinds, it's difficult because we're looking for exact measurements in these areas. So you're hoping some consumer has the exact requirements that somebody else did. The other side of the ball is that we're having issues with underestimating. And when you underestimate, this has led to severe project delays in your company. Why? Because you're working with your acquisitions team on overtime to make sure you're getting that material brought to your consumers and then installed. And because now we're waiting for that material to come in, it causes delays in your installation process, which then has a ripple effect throughout the rest of the projects you're trying to complete at the same time. So our plan that our technology department came up with is an Excel workbook that works with multiple worksheets within the workbook. It starts with as easy as a generic order form, which gives you seamless integration to what you have as a company, and then updates into a mass form that you can go and see a snapshot of a week's estimates, and then you can buy products straight from there instead of just doing it one time every time you have a project. Your ability to batch those purchases will decrease your processing time, which then again frees up more time for you to reach out and find more consumers. And then we'll show you kind of a products page that we also developed in conjunction with the orders and order form that allows you to continue to update consistently as we see prices flux up and down, and as well as new products come out that consumers want. We've also implemented this on multiple devices, so we can install this on just your regular desktops that your company's using. We can also give it to your mobile employees who are, again, doing the initial interviews with your future clients. And they can utilize an iPad and an iPhone just to have that quick, easy hand-on stuff, decreasing cost of trying to put like a laptop into your vehicle or calling back to your home station to put the orders in. So now that we kind of have a vague idea of what the plan specifically is, I'm going to go and hand off to David so he can talk to you on exactly what our workbook will do.
Thanks, John. My name is David Jatan, the Chief of Technology at ADJ Solutions, and I'll now walk you through our tracking system to explain the simplicity behind the programming, as well as how it can help you complete and track your customers' orders to avoid any mistakes when it comes to budgeting and file keeping. The first worksheet that we have here is the order form. Once open, the date in the upper right-hand corner will automatically populate with today's date, so it's one less thing you have to worry about. Once you input the customer's name and address, then you can start completing the rest of the order information. So starting from the left, the product column, this is a drop-down menu that is populated with your inventory. So once you click into the cell, you can select any product within your inventory, and that product will display in the column to the right of that the price per square foot of each item in the inventory. Next is the length and the width of the window sizes. So this measurement is in feet. Once decided by either the customer or your contractor, the quantity is then placed in the field to the right of that. Once all this criteria has been met, the cost column will automatically calculate the total cost for all the materials based on the length, the width, and the quantity that is required. Just beneath the cost column is an overall total button. So once you click this button after you filled out the form, it will tally the costs of all required materials and be displayed at the bottom of this form. On the bottom left, you have the option to save as a PDF to provide an invoice to your customer, as well as to help you as far as file keeping is concerned. Once the order is complete, clicking the Save button at the bottom right will erase the form and move all of the information into our next worksheet, which is our orders worksheet. So the orders worksheet shown here is a running tally of all the submitted orders in sequential order. So here you can find the name and address of each customer, as well as the individual cost per customer shown on the right. The beauty of this worksheet is that you can keep a running count of all orders for a given period, and you can simply clear this form once the orders have been fulfilled. This is a great way to foresee income as well as give the opportunity to plan for ordering and supplying of your inventory. And finally, it brings us to our third part in our system, which is the worksheet tab or the products tab. A very simple and easy to use, this worksheet displays current items within your inventory, as well as the price per square foot. On the left, you have the specific items in your inventory. On the right is the item per price per square foot. So as prices change, you can update this information in this column. And as your inventory matures, you can add and subtract items from the list here. Now, the easy thing is, this is the only thing you have to update, and your first form in the order form, it will automatically pull from this worksheet. So it's really a simple but effective system which will absolutely solve any foreseeable problems when it comes to calculating the cost of materials and all the materials that are required for each customer. And I would like to thank you for your time. I'll now turn it back over to John to explain how we will implement our system with your company.
All right, so as you guys, thank you, David. So as you guys saw, we kind of designed this awesome, intuitive, and very easy to use workbook. Now, when it comes to the execution phase, we're going to send our IT members down to your company. We're going to work with all your technology that you have, whether it's, again, iPad, iPhone, laptops, computers. Make sure that the workbook is installed correctly, that you're not having any issues. There's nothing that has to be debugged. And if there is, then again, our team's on site, so they're able to help you at a moment's notice instead of having to reach out on a distance level to get assistance. Now, once we execute it, we move to the review phase. So we're going to take a week snapshot on what you purchased and the projects you've completed or have scheduled. We're going to analyze those results. We're going to take a look at your workflow process, again, to see how long we're taking from the initial meeting with the consumer to the passing of information acquisitions to passing that information to budget for payout, and then ultimately to the income stream that we're looking for to put funds back into your company as well as into your employees and your pockets. If there's any deficiencies, we're going to go and work with you to kind of find those gaps. If it revolves within our workflow, then we're going to go and eliminate those gaps and refine that program to meet your needs. And then our IT support team from back home will be with you throughout the product lifespan to assist and make sure that we're still providing you a effective, easy to use, interactive workbook to meet your needs and help boost your company to the next level. Now, to summarize the what we briefed to you, I'm going to hand it off to Anthony to conclude our briefing.
Thanks, John. Just a quick synopsis of what we just went over. First things first, ADJ is here to help you optimize your solutions. And we're doing this again through automation. We're doing it through VBA, which is typically overlooked and often misunderstood. We're empowering your lower level employees to effectively plan and relay their information for exactly what they need. We're doing this based off the exact problems you had, such as overestimating or underestimating. In employing this strategy, we're hoping to better help your company find your solutions. And we're hoping to be that solution that will help you become the premier blind company in the world. Again, the analysts that briefed today, as well as our program developers, it was myself, there's our public affairs, you'll find our email there, as well as Dave, our tech, and lastly, John, who came up with that solution, as well as our development-based solution. It's kind of walking you through how we tackled your problem. Dave briefed a quick summary of the individual product, and we were just highlighting right before we leave that this product's for you. And if you need support, we're going to be here, as well as updating this product through its lifespan, trying to further help you expand your business through automation. And lastly, ADJ Solutions is a cheap and effective way of reaching it through typically an everyday use products such as Microsoft Office DataWorks, your guys' emails, Excel, etc., to further expand your company. With that, I'll close, and I want to thank you for your time. And if there's any questions, again, we're here around the clock. Feel free to outreach. Thank you, and goodbye.